Okay, before we start doing all this fun stuff, you have to first find where you're going to put your projector. So you have to go out at night and you walk around and you find the perfect place. And after you find that, you measure where your projector is, how tall, how away from the house, where it is, and you spray paint or somehow you mark on the ground where you want that projector to be. So here we are trying that sometime in July, I believe.
Okay, I guess we could do that later. We just need to figure out where to put it.
Yeah.
And definitely cut the tree and trim it just a little bit.
So what we did is we built a wooden, this is all my husband too. I don't take credit for any of this, except for buying the projector. My husband built this little wooden tray that the projector sits into. So the 3 little feet on the projector sit in here. Okay, so we put the projector on the stand. There's the husband who built it. And as you can see, it fit in those little holes. And then underneath, we put these knobs.
Adjustable feet,
so that way you can adjust the projector little bits at a time if you need to, which comes in handy. And then this wooden stand fits in these little holes that you welded on there, right?
They're washers, but yes, little recesses that it fits right in there.
And then we have a strap that holds it in place.
Always gotta have a strap on. Don't want to lose it.
Stop it. Okay, and so this is the metal base that you built. Mm-hmm. And then it slips over a pole. Stop it.
Show me that again. What does it do?
It slips onto the pole,
yes.
And then you can tighten it and adjust it on the pole. So it could go up or down, or you could twist it back and forth.
And then you have 3 set screws to help keep it from moving once you have it established where you want it.
And then at night, since we don't want to move this because it's perfectly in place and we don't want to touch it because it will screw up the projection, all we do is unhook the strap.
Take the strap off and remove the base with the projector.
And then that stays outside, the projector goes inside. And so that is what we do outside. Now that we marked our spot, the pole for holding the projector, I am now soaking it so I can dig a hole so we can put the concrete in there. This is it right here. This is our hole. And I'll show you something. So we have to dig a hole. I'm going to put concrete in there with the pole, and the projector is going to stand on top, and it's going to be facing there. Some tree trimming will be needed. So just for shits and giggles, this was our old projector that we used for 2020 Haunt. That way I had this side of the house over here. I made that a fireplace chimney with brick, and I did the whole side of the house. We're gonna have props and stuff here this time, so I don't need to do that. Hence, that's why we moved it over here. I am not gonna do our chimney this year, just everything pretty much from this side over to this side. And I'm not gonna do the garage. We had to do some final adjustments. It was just a tad too high, so we had to cut it. But once it was all done, we took that little stand holder that my husband built and slipped it over the pole, and we had it all set to map. We waited till night and we brought a table out, and these are all the things you need: your computer, an HDMI cord, everything you need. You hook up your projector. I just used an HDMI to my laptop. I guess it was August. Waited till it got dark, and then you just sit out there and you take the time, and what you do is you just trace out your house. And I'll put a link in the description down below of the program I used. It was free, but there's different ways you can do it as well. There's so much on YouTube you can look up. So many great YouTubers that have better demonstrations. This is just how we did it. tweaking the projector. We have some trees to trim. Beautiful. Now it's time to map. So I was giving a little demonstration. I was pretty much just drawing with my mouse on my mouse pad onto the house so you can kind of see what you can do. It's a little hard, but just take your time and you can get it done. And then I found this interesting footage of my husband making probably the most important thing in this whole house mapping projection thing. You're going to be out there for a while. So if you want a nice drink, gin's my favorite, or coffee, or hot chocolate, you know, go ahead, do it. You're going to be out there for a while. Very sweet of my husband to think of me and film this, and I didn't even know it. So I had to keep it in the video. He took time making this. Holding a camera, making a drink, one-handed. Opening a door? My goodness. He must really love me.
You stay.
You see your giant head.
It's a giant head.
Bunny ears. Oh, I can't even do the bunny. Hi. Cheers.
Cheers.
The lovely street light behind us.
This one right here,
Yes, that one.
right there. Love our
Yes.
street light.
So these are just some pictures my husband took while I was mapping the house, just so you can see the setup. The projector was to my left on that pole, and I just sat there and traced the whole house. You can see the black lines there. Then later I'll take it into editing and clean up a little bit of the ugliness, but you get a sense of what you need to do for the first night. It's kind of interesting. People drive by, they walk by with their dogs, they get all excited. They're like, what are you going to do this year? So it's definitely the start of something really exciting. And here it is when it's finished. Another little tease for you. So if you want to see this part, see the next video on how we created the show.